Hey Taurus, welcome to your weekly forecast for June 6th through the 12th. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You might stumble upon this video a few weeks from now, a few months from now, a few years from now. It's all good. You're going to find it whenever you're meant to hear the messages. Keep in mind this is a general reading for the collective. Therefore, not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. And you may need a private reading. So we're going to connect here and see what's coming up here for our dears and our darlings. Without further ado, we're going to move you up just a little bit closer. And the first card coming up here for the Taurus collective is the Six of Swords. I love it, Taurus. So, Six of Swords is like done with drama. Move on, smoother sailing, peaceful waters. There's a sense and a feeling here of like being able to clear your head, being able to think. Some of you are coming out of a very hectic time. Some of you have had this ongoing project of trying to organize your life or like get organized in your schedule, get caught up, and you might be coming into this week where you're like, oh my gosh, it's finally happening. I'm finally caught up. There's finally structure. There's finally order. There's finally rest. And Spirit is like doing this quick little callback in my mind and taking me back to a previous reading. I don't remember readings that I do because the information comes in and I'll just say it as it's coming in. So I don't hold on to any of it. But I'm being reminded that a message came up a while back for some of you who've been wanting to do like specifically a spiritually based business or some kind of self-employment helping people. And the message came in that you can't be blessed, you can't have the clients coming in until you have a really good structure of physical and emotional self-care and really good orders so that you can keep up with everything that's coming in and your cup can be full and you can be of the most help. Some of you took that really to heart and you've been working on that specifically. And so as you're coming into the week ahead, you may be like, oh my gosh, I'm finally in this good place where I have a good schedule in place. I have my physical self-care routine. I have my emotional self-care routine. I'm caught up. And so whatever it might be, you might be feeling more peacefulness and just more calm right now. Now, the Six of Swords has a special meaning for me in my readings, and some of you have heard me say this, and it has happened to me time and time again when I've pulled cards for myself. It has happened time and time again when I've pulled cards for clients who I read for regularly, and they come back to me and I see what happened in their life since the last reading. So most of my clients have been with me a very long time, so I've seen their journeys. But Six of Swords, sometimes I see it come up when there might be a trip or a vacation and you just think you're going there. You might not even have a plan of moving there, or maybe it might be very, very, very far back in your mind where you're thinking, hey, you know what? Maybe I might like this place and maybe I might move here one day. Maybe I might retire here one day. Let me go check it out. But then you get out there. And once you get out there, all of a sudden, boom, 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 pow, 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 things align. And the next thing you know, you're moving. It just all falls into place. It's happened to me several times. And so this could be happening for some of you. You might not be traveling this week. You might receive an invitation. You might have a friend or a family member say, hey, why don't you come out and visit me out here? Or you might have somebody say, hey, we should go check out this one place. Or you may have an inkling within yourself where you're like, I've always been curious about that city, or I've always been curious about that state, or maybe even country for some of you. But there may be this sense of like, it's like getting into motion, that there may be a trip coming up and then you may end up relocating. I've seen it happen so many times with the Six of Swords. The next card that's coming up here for Taurus is you. Oh my gosh, I'm getting chills. I'm getting chills this week because Capricorn had their card come up, Libra had their card come up, and now you guys are having your card come up. If I'm not mistaken, you guys may have come up for Libra or Capricorn. You came up for one of them. So some of you might be dealing with a Libra or Capricorn, or you may have a Libra or Capricorn placement. If you do, be sure to check out those readings for the coming week, because there could be some parallels here for you that you might find very useful. Now, the reason why I got so excited that your card came up, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I've said this in previous videos. When I am reading for somebody and their major arcana card comes up, it tells me that everything that's happening right now, this time period that you're in, that you're coming into, is directly connected to you coming into your power, remembering who you are, coming into your full authenticity, living your life unapologetically, who you are, in your full confidence, loving yourself in your entirety, fully accepting yourself. The things that you criticized yourself for, you're seeing these are actually strengths when applied productively, and you don't have any shame about anything that's happened in your life. You don't have any shame or embarrassment or cringe about your past. You understand why you did the things you did, why you made the choices you made, and you understand that these are the things that made you who you are today. And you love that person. And so you love the person you were, you love the person you are, you love the person you continue to become. There's just a sense of complete and total acceptance of self and living your best life unapologetically without any concern or any worry about anybody else's opinion. If they like it and they want to be around, great. If they don't like it, bye. You know, you're not losing sleep over it. So there's just this sense and this feeling of complete and total, like being in your power, being in your confidence, being in your true self. Now, traditionally, Hierophant is going to come in with the energy of structure, tradition, agreements, truth. And so some of you may feel like you're making decisions and choices that are more aligned with your personal truth. You're making faith-based decisions versus fear-based decisions, and you're doing the things that are aligned with your beliefs, your principles, your morals, your values. This is setting you up for success and a nice solid foundation. Hierophant can also be marriage. Traditionally, some of you may be manifesting marriage or strengthening marriage or healing, getting away from conflict in a marriage where now you're able to move past that and move on and move forward. Now, those of you who are new to my channel, in the weekly forecast, I don't focus on love and romance really. Sometimes it might come up and I might, say a thing or two, but I do love reading separate on my channel, and those are linked in the description of this video. The next card that's coming up for Taurus is the 10 of Coins. This is stability and this is security. Some of you may be taking some steps, some resolutions, maybe even having some offers that are leading you to very, very stable life, okay? There could be a living arrangement that's opening up, or a relocation, which is gonna be like home, where you're putting your roots, right? From my mouth to God's ears, right? So for some of you, you may be manifesting this kind of stability or security. 10 of Pentacles can also be a card having to do with manifestation. And so it's like as above, so below. The things that we're dreaming about, the things that we're longing for, that we're desiring, that we're putting out into the universe mentally, we're seeing them take physical shape and come into fruition in the physical realm. We're seeing our manifestations become real and appear sometimes with the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is also a sense of tradition, legacy, family, generations coming together for special events and celebrations, holidays, birthdays, traditions. It's a sense of legacy for future generations. So this is very, very stable energy. Okay, this is very stable energy. Okay, we don't have 10 of Cups here, but it's very much that happily ever after energy with the Hierophant coming in with the 10 of coins. This is something solid. This is something significant, right? I'm just going to tell you, the 6 of Swords, the Hierophant, and the 10 of coins coming together back to back tells me the struggle is over. The struggle is over. Okay? Now, if you're a cross watcher, you might really hate me right now. Taurus, you guys get a lot of hate. You guys get a lot of hate from the cross watchers. There are people who come on here who want Taurus to be miserable. And as a Scorpio, I have a Taurus moon. I'm Taurus moon, but I'm Scorpio sun. A lot same for the Scorpio also, because this is the truth of it. I just need to say something right now for anybody who's hurting and angry and furious with me because you want Taurus to be suffering. I need to say something real quick for you and for your benefit. Okay, cross watcher, if this is hurting you, if this is like you don't want to hear this because this is such a horrible person, you don't want them to be happy, first and foremost, keep in mind this is a general reading. It might not apply to your Taurus. Second, I set the intention to read for people who are doing their work. And you may be dealing with a very toxic Taurus, and you may be dealing with someone who's not doing their work. And so they might not be in alignment with this. They may still have a lot of lessons to learn. They may just barely be starting their struggle. So this does not mean that this is what it is for every single Taurus. And I've said it before, and somebody came on and they're like, well, that just proves that Taurus is terrible, that you have so many negative comments. Well, I'm going to say the same thing I say about Scorpios as a Scorpio. A toxic Scorpio or a toxic Taurus can be somebody's worst nightmare, right? A low vibrational Taurus or a low vibrational Scorpio can be absolute hell to deal with. I know that. I agree with that. But I'm not here reading for people who go around enjoying hurting people. That's not the business that I'm in. So if you were deeply hurt by someone, and someone who is like a very vile person, this might not be their reading. So I don't want you to sit here and feel terrible, like there's no justice and they're so happy and I'm suffering and I'm miserable. Also, for you and for your benefit, if you are wishing harm or destruction or devastation on anybody, even your enemies, you call it back to yourself. It is the law of energy. What you put out comes back to you. And I know there's people that are going to tell you, oh no, I do protection spells. I hex people. I put curses on people. But I do a cloaking spell and that keeps any negative consequence from coming back to me. That's not true. It's not it's not possible. It will come back to you. If not in this lifetime, in another lifetime. And so we need to wish for people to heal. We need to understand that that's a sick, messed up person, and we hope that they can heal, and we need to release them and ask their angels to take over instead of wanting them to be miserable, because then we call misery into our heart and we call misery into our life. Back to Taurus. Taurus, the struggle is over. Okay, those of you who are doing your work, 6 of Swords, Hierophant, and the 10 of Coins, the struggle is over. You've paid your dues, you've learned your lessons, you've done your work, and you're coming into stability and security. 10 of Coins for me is even like you're coming out of that feast or famine. Maybe for you, for generations in your family. Your family might have generations of stories of people that built great empires and lost them. Lost everything that they had. Your life growing up may have been feast or famine, where things have been great or very, very scary. You don't know if you're going to have a roof over your head that night. You don't know if you're going to have food to eat that day. And when the times were good, they were really good, right? But it was never consistent. 10 of Coins is consistency. It's consistency. This is security that is here to stay. The next card coming up for Taurus, woohoo! This is the Ace of Coins. I was thinking about the Ace of Coins when I was saying this. I wish I would have said it. I was going to say it feels like the Ace of Coins energy for me. Okay, so traditionally speaking, Ace of Coins is offers coming in, contracts, It could be like a pay raise. It could be like a higher, improved a salary, more than what you're used to, contracts, offers. Now, the reason why I get so excited when I see the Ace of Coins is one of the things I've realized reading for people over the years. The Ace of Coins tends to come up when you're breaking out of generational curses, inherited low vibrational energies. You're breaking out of like long time blockages, and you're ascending. There's a spiritual evolution happening. You are like restructuring your spiritual DNA. The same way that you have physical DNA that determines your height, your eye color, your hair color, your physical appearance, we also have spiritual DNA. You're evolving. You're restructuring your spiritual DNA. You're breaking out of a lot of the lower frequency stuff, and you're ascending, you're upgrading. Some of you are even ascending into higher soulmate family, and you're coming into a whole new soul family because of this ascension. I've said it before, I'll say it again. When we're going through this type of clearing, be very gentle with yourself physically. You may be tired. Don't overschedule yourself. Leave wiggle room in your calendar. If you can block out a couple of extra days, go ahead and do that. Let yourself process the energies as they're moving through you, and know that you're coming into real structure here. Like, this is it. Top of the mountain. Okay? So I'm excited for you all. Be sure to watch your moon sign, your rising sign, if this is neither. Sometimes those might resonate more for you than your sun sign. Love readings for June are linked in the description of the video. If you want to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description that will take you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. And don't forget, every single day I do a daily message where we talk about whatever message is coming up that day. Sometimes it's love, sometimes it's something else, but a lot of people have been finding that helpful. Be sure to check out the daily messages as well. Hopefully they may be helpful to you as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a wonderful week. Bye, Taurus.